In today's video, we'll be watching a flasher drink a stranger's breast milk before getting beat the fuck up by a group of badass moms. Do I have your attention now? Excellent. That's what we call in the business a hook, so you guys don't leave when I tell you this quick, boring message. My last 2,000 Ways to Die videos did really well, and it made my channel grow quite a bit, so I just wanted to say a quick thank you to everyone who has joined the channel, and stay tuned for more. That being said, this will probably be my last 1,000 Ways to Die video. A nice trilogy, if you will, before I move on to other stuff. For example, I'm sure a lot of you have heard of Chris Angel, that super emo magician that faked a lot of his stunts with camera work and made 12-year-old me think he was a god. Yeah, a video is gonna come on him in the future. But for now, the last 1,000 Ways to Die video, let's watch.
What? The last 1,000 Ways to Die video? Not on our watch.
Now in the previous episodes, some of you guys had suggestions of which deaths I should react to. One of you said to react to a death called Dead Me Stallion, where a woman has sex with a horse. But honestly, there's not much to talk about. It's obvious what happened. Horses should not have sex with humans, for a lot of reasons, but also because they have ginormous Gundam dicks that are 20 inches long, and that shit will kill a human. I should know, it's the only reason I have never had sex with anybody. So moving on. Another one of you asked me to react to a death called Easy Slider, where a guy goes down a slip and slide and a nail rips open his stomach. Which is fucking brutal. It also interested me because the woman in the skit is played by none other than Miss Jennifer Lawrence, which means sadly she peaked in 2010 and nothing since has ever lived up to this role. But I also didn't want to do a full reaction of this because it gave me an irrational fear of slip and slides, and I don't need any more irrational fears that no one will understand. Which leaves it up to me. If I'm gonna make this finale a perfect conclusion, then I'm gonna need only the best, the craziest, the most outlandish deaths to react to. And I don't care if I have to watch every episode, read every script, I will only react to the most perfect, most hilarious deaths that this show— Okay, random number, 1 through 1,000, we got 712, 1,000 Ways to Die, death 712, rub-a-dubbed out. In this episode, a guy dies. I think that's pretty good.
Why is this man running with a bag of groceries? Late for work? Hungry? Rushing home to feed grandma? This loser stole them from a blind, pregnant woman. Nice, huh?
So we start off with a petty grocery thief, and one of my favorite things about this show is that they always try to make the victim the biggest asshole they could ever write up. They don't just have him steal groceries, they have him steal groceries from a blind pregnant woman, of all things. They were in the writer's room like this. What should he have done to warrant his death? Tyler? Maybe he, robs a woman of her groceries, of all things. Ooh. You know, that's pretty good, Tyler. Kevin, what can you add to that? Okay, hear me out. Robs groceries from a pregnant woman.
Oh,
yeah, wow, crazy, right? No, shut up. What if it was a blind woman?
Blind?
Oh. You didn't even get that.
That's
didn't
good.
even see him coming. That would be evil. That would warrant any death. Gentlemen, I think you failed to see an opportunity here. What if he robbed a blind, pregnant woman? Oh my goodness, sir, you've done it.
Oh my
That's
God.
genius.
Incredible.
How couldn't I have thought of that? Man, first comment in and I'm already using the green screen. I didn't even get a chance to say how the cop running reminds me of Officer Earl from Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. I'm in the middle of it. That's a thing too. Anyway, he gets chased until he ends up hiding in the closest building.
The creep found himself hiding in a car wash. The owner, not realizing there was a creep in the works, ran the daily maintenance check. Suddenly, he found himself attacked by an army of nozzles and brushes.
Attacked by an army of nozzles and brushes, huh? God knows I remember how that felt like. Back in the washing wars of '06, me and my battalion was surrounded by those devils. I think I have one video of that god-awful battle.
Ah! Oh, please! Ever just kill me already!
He became disoriented, unable to find his way out. Then he slipped and impaled his skull on a high-pressure nozzle.
Ooh, damn, he slipped and had his head impaled. He's gotta be dead, right? I mean, nothing else could possibly happen to this.
Water began to fill his cranium until...
Holy shit, that was brutal. His head swelled up. He literally looked like... Did that look good? This is me before editing, so I don't know if it looks good or not. I hope that was a good impression. Another thing that they do that I haven't really mentioned before is they always make these 3D models of what happened and show like the science behind it. You know, education for the kiddies. And I just love it because they always have to bring in like a scientist or some shit to explain something that's really obvious. Like in this case, they get a cardiac electrophysiologist. Jesus Christ, long word. And they just have him say, hey, if you have a high pressure nozzle sticking in your skull, your head will blow up and you'll die. You see, one thing they taught me in my 10 years of schooling to become a doctor is that people whose heads explode tend to die. I know this because I'm a lot smarter than you. So yeah, his head explodes, and just like most people that have that happen, he dies. And I would feel bad for the guy, but if you're gonna commit such a heinous act, like stealing heart medicine from a blind, pregnant, sick puppy with one leg who just left church, well then you're kinda like, fuck! Well then you're kinda asking for it. Started off simple enough, but now we move on to the one that I teased in the beginning. This guy.
It's power walking day for these 3 new mommies. And for Gordon here, it's a great chance to get some fresh air.
So Gordon over here already seals his fate by being another asshole, this time a flasher. Which, by the way, not to derail, but I don't understand flashers at all. I mean, every reaction to any flasher is that of pure disgust, so what is the appeal? I imagine that every flashing instance ends up like this. Oh my god, that is disgusting! What are you doing? That is... Oh my... How do you even use that thing? It looks more like a rash than a penis. It looks like a mole rat wearing a toupee. But even that would be more flattering. Jesus Christ, oh my god! I can't believe I'm looking at a human body right now and not some meat puppet created by aliens or something. It's vile! It's disgusting! You're genuinely the grossest, most vomit-inducing person I have ever seen on this planet. I won this round. If you have ever flashed somebody or understands the appeal of flashing somebody, then comment down below why you enjoy it, and then promptly call your local police department, because you deserve life in prison, you creepy-ass flasher fuck.
At first, the moms are disgusted, throwing 2 freshly pumped bottles of breast milk at him. But that's like candy to this sick perv.
Oh my god! What are you doing?
My lord, dude, he is absolutely going to town on that breast milk. I just can't get the image out of my head. I mean, let's calm down for a second. Let's calm down. If this was real life, that would be horrible and disgusting and appalling. But why does he look happier than I will ever be in my life? Next thing you know, they're gonna start throwing their shoes at him, and he's just gonna be like... Oh, could this day get any better?
The women come to their senses.
Let's get him! Bring it on! Oh, you're sick!
And knock Gordon out of his. These babes belong to MILF. Moms I'd like to
You ready for this, perv?
Fight.
Holy shit, dude, she really pulled the old flying elbow on his ass. Jesus Christ. And MILFs, Moms I'd Like to Fight? What a name for a fight club. I actually looked up Moms I'd Like to Fight to see if they would come up, and they didn't. Other things came up, but I'm not talking about those. Moving on.
An underground fight club for women. And hell hath no fury like a MILF scorned.
That'll teach you, pervert.
And so they beat the shit out of him and they kill him, right?
Gordon tries to pull himself together
Not right. I mean wrong.
when suddenly his wiener-waving days are over. Turns out the ass-kicking didn't kill Flash Gordon. Mom had eaten some peanuts earlier, and traces of them wound up in her breast milk. Mr. Perv was fatally allergic to peanuts, and so sealed his fate when he sucked down the MILF juice.
First of all, MILF juice, I'm gonna need a quick for that one, just a little second, really? After all that, you're telling me that it was a peanut allergy that killed him? I mean, honestly, it's lucky for him, because now on his gravestone, all it has to say is, died of a peanut allergy, it was just a peanut allergy, nothing else happened that day, do not ask about it. And then they can have his little penis just sticking up out of the ground for good measure. I think he'd probably want that too. So yeah, that one was lactosted. Probably one of my favorite deaths due to this insane milk drinking face and the devastating flying elbow. Now moving on to the last death we're gonna react to. Again, probably my last 1,000 Ways to Die video. Let's watch.
Today is Harold's first day on the job as Balls Industries' new corporate trainer.
Love that. The writers had to come up with a company name, and they just said, fuck it, let's call it Balls. Let's just have a cheap balls joke in there. These ones were taken, so balls it is.
Harold earned his position the old-fashioned way. His dad owns the company.
So basically, the Balls Company is having a team outing to boost morale, and they put this absolute goober in charge.
All right, on the count of 3, you fall back, I catch you. Very simple, all right? It'll be 1, 2, 3, and then she'll fall back, and I'll catch her.
This guy was a bust.
Oh my goodness, if this isn't a sitcom already. I mean, that was just verbatim, that one vine.
I'm scared, Dad.
Do you trust me, son?
Yes.
Come on, son. Rule number 1, never trust anybody.
Love that. Off to a great start with this fun company outing.
Next, we have sumo!
So then they start doing sumo wrestling, which is the point in which I realized that this guy's just trying to remake that one Office episode.
Get him, big boy.
And go!
Come on, Jan!
Thankfully, the one girl, Jen, that he didn't catch, gets to step in the ring.
Displaying the complete lack of sense he was famous for, Harold set up the sumo area on the edge of a steep cliff. The new job seemed to be working for Harold. He was really on a roll.
See, after what happened with the trust fall, I kind of think that this is just attempted murder, but I can't blame her. And watching him fall down the cliff like that gave me some serious Hot Rod vibes. The sumo attire made it even better, but let's see how he's doing.
Miraculously, the knucklehead survived.
Yeah! Woo! I did it! I did it!
Damn, hit by a smart car of all things. Just another instance of surviving something that could have killed you, only to die by the hands of something completely different. And I'd like to imagine that Jen is up there on the cliff, just going, if you waited till I counted to 3, I would've caught ya, annoying ass prick. Alright, and with that, I think it's about time for me to head out as I wrap up this final episode of 1,000 Ways to Die. We had fun, you and I, but all good things have to come to an end. So with that, I'll see you guys
Is this really the last 1,000 Ways to Die video?
Look, guys, I'm sorry. I just don't want to make any more of these videos.
Please, no!
Oh God!
Oh God, please! Please! I don't want to make the milk.
Oh God! Oh please!
Is it okay?
Patrick editing here. I forgot to record an outro, so thanks so much for watching. I appreciate you greatly. If you like what you saw, make sure to hit that subscribe button. We're almost at 1,000, so thanks again to everyone that has joined the channel recently, and I hope to see you all in the next one. Bye.
Don't get too